The goal of this lesson is to differentiate between equations and graphs of horizontal and vertical lines. So first let's figure out how horizontal and vertical lines look. So in number 1, we have this table with the 4 points we are going to plot. So we have x is 5 and y is -2, x is 5, y is -1, x is 5 and 0, x is 5 and 1. With those points, if I draw a line, my line is going to be going up and down, which means that we have a vertical line. Okay, what we notice when we plotted them, and if we look at the table, the x coordinate stays the same. So your x coordinate stays the same, so we're going to have x equals and the number that repeats. So in this case, it would be an equation of x equals 5. Now let's look at the table in number 2. We are going to plot 4, -4, -3, -3, -3, 0, -3, and 5, -3. So notice this time when we connect our dots, we get a horizontal line. What do we notice about the points? This time the y coordinate stays the same. So we would have y equals -3 because that's the number that's repeating in the y coordinate for all of our points. So we're going to write the equation of the following line. So anytime that it is a vertical line, we are going to have x equals the number, okay? And you can use the number to find the number. Just look at what the x coordinate is, that stays the same, or you can just look at what is it passing through on the x-axis. Anytime we have a horizontal line, that is going to be y equals the number. So in number 3, we have x equals, because it's a vertical, and if we look at what number it's passing through, all of these x coordinates are 4, so x equals 4. In number 3, we have a horizontal line, so we're going to have y equals. The y coordinate that's staying the same is -6, so y equals -6. In number 5, again, we have x equals because it's a vertical line, and the x coordinate here, because it didn't move anywhere left or right, is just 0. So now we're going to take it one step further. We're going to write the equation of the line, and then we're going to draw a line parallel through the given point. So remember, to be parallel, you are running the same direction, and you're never going to intersect. So if it's a horizontal line, we want to draw a horizontal line through the given point. If it's a vertical line, we want to draw a vertical line through the given point. So in number 6, it is a horizontal line, so we're going to have y equals. The number that it's passing through for all the y coordinates is 1. So to make my second line then, I'm going to go to -3, 4, and I'm going to draw a horizontal line all the way through -3 so that we are parallel. In number 7, we have a vertical line. Again, that's going to be x equals, and it's going through the coordinate of 0 for x. Then we're going to take our point 5, 1, and again, we want to draw a vertical line to be parallel, so we're going to go through that point with a vertical line. In number 7, we have a horizontal line, so we're going to have y equals, the number that it's passing through is -6, and then we are going to plot our point, -7, -6, which is already on that line, so we don't have to worry about drawing a new line. Now we're going to graph the line. So in order to graph the line, when we see a y equals, we want to go to that number on the y-axis. When we see an x equals, we want to go to that number on the x-axis. So if it's y equals -6, we're going to put a dot. Y equals are always horizontal lines. So think about you're drawing through that axis. In number 10, we have x equals -2. So we go to -2 on the x-axis, and then we draw a line that goes passing through the x-axis. In number 11, we have x equals 6, so we go to 6 on the x-axis, and then again we draw a line through the x-axis. Write the equation of the line and then given the points in graph below. So when we don't know the equation of the line, we can do it two ways. If we have a graph, we can plot the points and then write the equation, or we can look at the 2 points and see what coordinate is repeating. Because whatever coordinate is repeating, that is going to be our equation. So in number 12, we have the 5s repeating, which is the y coordinate. So our equation would be y equals 5. And then we would just go to y equals 5 and put our line through. In number 13, the x coordinate is repeating, so we would have x equals 2. So we would put 2 on the x-axis and then pass through that point. In number 14, the y coordinate is repeating as 0, so y equals 0. And then we would have a horizontal line going through that. Using the graph, decide whether or not which point lies on the graph. So if we have x equals 0, in order to lie on that line, you would have to have an x coordinate of 0. So this one does lie on the line because it's got an x coordinate of 0, just like this is x equals 0, but B would not. In number 16, we have y equals 4, so this has a y coordinate of 0, so this is a no. But in the next one, the y equals 4, this is a coordinate of 4, so this is yes. In our last one, using the equation then, just like we did above, we want to look at the equation and then the coordinate. So if we have y equals -2 and y is -2, yes, this would be a solution. But on number 18, I'm looking for x equals 4, but I have x equals -1, so this is not on the line and not a solution to the equation.